What up, guys? Once again, it's your boy, Cypher the MC, the Muhammad Ali of MCs. Let me move my cup out of the way because I'm about to knock this over. Cypher the MC, the Muhammad Ali of MCs. Welcome to the Into the Cypher podcast. Let me know where you're listening this on. Are you listening this on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, Alexa, Amazon, iHeartRadio? Let me know. Let your boy know. But welcome to the podcast. If you're new, you're in for a treat. Hopefully, if you're returning, I appreciate you no matter what. If you're a return listener, hit me up on Instagram, Twitter. Let me know what you like about the show, what you'd like to hear, some topics or things of that nature. And best believe we'll get that done. But I appreciate you for dropping by. If you're watching this on YouTube, drop a mic on the like button for your boy and hit the subscribe. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Background music, DJ is always on point when he's here. But I appreciate you being here. And hey, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. Shout out to Jay-Z. Before we get into today's topic, of course, we gotta do our disclaimers. So we gotta get those out the way. I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist.
Nope.
I'm not a relationship expert. I'm not a sex therapist. I'm not a family therapist. I don't have any masters or doctorates on my wall from Harvard. I am just a regular Joe Schmo.
Yep.
Just a regular guy giving you the benefit of his experience, but also on this journey with you. As we continue to try to be the best version of ourselves, just look at things from different perspectives and see where we can fulfill our potential for what the Creator has planned for us. So today has no specific topic. Today is no specific topic as far as, what we've been talking about previously in previous weeks and things of that nature. But I believe in this journey called life, we have a roadmap. We all have roadmaps. And when you're using Google Maps and things of that nature, it asks you for your location. It asks you for where you are right now and where you're trying to get to. Right? So, on your roadmap, what is your location right now? We met, figuratively speaking, of course, using my SAT words, people, on a Sunday. Some of you will get that later on. But, we met roughly in August of 2021. That's when I first, it came to me to start the podcast and things of that nature. And, it's been, over a year. So where are you now? Where are you now versus where you started? So what's your location? Are you any closer to your goals? Are your goals a little bit further? Have you come up against any hiccups or any obstacles or anything like that? Have you come across anything that you just maybe thought was insurmountable? Again, SAT work, okay. Or maybe you found something or came across something that you thought was insurmountable, but you made it across, you made it through. As I always say, everything is a process. No matter what you deal with, no matter what you go through in life, it's a process. I believe that, our Creator is always testing us. He's always testing our patience. If you ever prayed for more patience, trust me, He's going to put things in your path to test your patience. And you're going to have to prove to Him that you can handle what He throws at you. Sometimes it may seem unfair. Sometimes it may seem like, why me? Why do I have to go through this again? Why do I have to say this again? Why do I have to deal with this again? Why do I have to deal with this person? Why do I have to be around this person? Why I gotta, it's always something. You can't get wine if you don't crush some grapes. You can't get oil if you don't crush some olives. So when you're feeling under that pressure, or you're feeling pressed, you know, that's the man upstairs. You know, regardless of what your belief is, and as far as, you know, what you call him, he's going to test you. He's going to put you through a process to try to get the best out of you. And sometimes it's unfair. So I wanted to just ask, like, where are you? What is your location? Like, where are you right now in your journey? For many of us, the journey may have been something small. Maybe you set a small goal for yourself. Maybe it was just to lose 10 pounds. Hey, I want to lose 10 pounds. How is that coming along? Maybe you wanted to go back to school, or get your degree, or maybe even your diploma. How is that going for you? Are you any closer? Are you any further? Or are you right where you are? And if so, now that you're thinking about it, what is preventing you from taking that next step? I know we as human beings, for the most part, we want the best out of life. We want a lot of things. I mean, I, for one, as I've gotten older, I've come to this point of wanting not necessarily materialistic things, but things that I know that I feel that I can achieve. I'm always pushing myself. Remember, we met over a year ago. So between that time and now, I've created my LLC. I'm pretty much, have my LLC there. You know, I'm not telling you this to gloat or to brag or anything. It's just, like I said, we're in this journey together. So I wanted to share some accomplishments that I've done here. Started the LLC last year. I had someone someone that took the time to go through that with me, and I appreciate her so very much in doing that with me, because I have a lot of ideas. I'm an idea person. I love being creative. So whether it's music, writing songs, things of that nature, or coming up with different things, I'm very analytical, but I can be so analytical and be so creative that I have all these ideas and they stay up here. They don't, they just kind of, it's like a hotel. They check in, the bags, the bags are in the room, and they're just chilling. And she was very, she was able to help me through that process. So Tasha, I appreciate you so much, especially, her story is one of those stories that you hear about people. You hear about people in the news and you're like, oh man, and everything that she went through, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so sad. But then you see them overcome their own troubles, their own demons, their own obstacles in life, and you're like, wow, it's inspirational. So hopefully one day I can get her on the show and she can tell her own story. But that's something I've always been kind of business minded, along with the creative side. I'm always going to choose creativity over business, but I have to look at it from a business perspective. So for me personally, creating the LLC was just another step in my journey as I continue to try to say, you know what, I want to have a legacy. I want to leave a legacy behind, even if I don't get to enjoy it as much as a lot of people get to enjoy theirs. Some people are born into money. I was not one of those people. It would have been nice. It would have been so nice. Drinking Voss water at 3 years old, just Voss, But I wasn't born into money. Many of us are not born into money. We're not born into wealth. We're not born with the quote unquote silver spoon in our mouths or anything such as that. That was a great show, by the way. That's when we first saw Alfonso Ribeiro. He was awesome. For those of you that first saw Alfonso Ribeiro and thought, oh, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he was on another show well before that. Silver Spoons, check it out, Ricky Schroeder. Anyway, I just told my age, golly. But the fact of the matter is, I didn't say, well, you know what, I grew up a certain way and oh my gosh, I just have to, pull up my bootstraps and things of that nature. I grew up, very middle class, and things of that nature. My mother, she did what she had to do as a single parent, and things of that nature to try to get me to understand, my potential. And I think I'm realizing my potential as we go along, and hopefully I can impart on someone. You never should stop learning, especially about yourself. You should never stop learning. You should never kind of get to a point of that you're just kind of lax. Are you someone that is ready to strike out on their own and get their first apartment? You and your roommates are all ready and set to go to live the good life and pretty much get your life started? Or are you about to leave college and looking for a new place to live in the new city with your new degree? Well, guess what? There's a company called Credit Rent Boost that will allow you to get credit for the rent that you pay and get it reported to the credit bureaus. This will not only allow you to boost your credit, but also set you up long term so when you are ready to make your first purchase as a homeowner. So give them a try. CreditRentBoost.com, and you can use promotion code OVM24522. It may be the best decision you ever made. You never want to get lax, and sometimes, there's statistics out there, of course, there are general statistics about, black men and, where they end up in single parent homes and how their lives will turn out, this, that, and the third or whatever. And some of it I did go through. I had a kind of more of a rough adulthood than childhood, it was all rough, I wasn't in any gangs or anything such as that, typical, TV show, movie type things. But, I encountered some things that helped me to grow later on in life to the point now where I say, you know what, I can take the bull by the horn, so to speak, or I can just kind of, do the typical work somewhere for 20, 30 years, get a pension, live off Social Security, and try to live the quote unquote, good life or what have you or whatever. But see, the thing of it is, what I found out was that things change as far as the economy and things of that nature that I now pay more attention to. So it put me on this path of, you know what? I want better for my son. Typical parent type talk, parent speak. I want better for my son. I want him to have, the things I didn't have. I don't want him to go through the things. And that's kind of, for the most part, the way that I was thinking. But I now look at things as I want him to be able to have an impact on the world more so than I. Like, I want to have an impact on the world in any way, shape, form, or fashion, even if it's just one person, two people, whatever the case may be. I want to be able to impact someone's life, and not just, get wealthy or get famous or whatever, and then I don't leave my mark on the world. I want him to have a bigger mark and help more people and things of that nature. And I feel that this is, the start of my journey. Have you ever thought of possibly starting your own podcast? Well, I can tell you firsthand it can feel overwhelming if you don't know where to get started, and that's where Buzzsprout comes in. Buzzsprout is hands down the easiest and best way to launch a professional podcast, already helping over 100,000 people launch their own podcasts. Buzzsprout will get your podcast into every major podcasting platform like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more. You also will get a great looking podcasting website and so much more. To start your own podcast and get a $20 Amazon gift card, follow the link in the show notes. This lets Buzzsprout know that we sent you and helps support our show. Buzzsprout, the easiest way to start a podcast. I want him to have a bigger impact. I'm going to teach him things that I was not taught, that I had to kind of fumble around. I had to kind of, fall quite a few times and get back up, sometimes by myself. And that just is a testament to what we all have to deal with at some point in time. Sometimes you have to fall and pull yourself up. It's very easy for us to say, my family wasn't there, my spouse or so-and-so wasn't there, my sister, my brother, my friends, my coworkers, no one was there. I had to do it by myself and it sucked. Those are the times that you prove to yourself that you are the strongest, especially when you're at your weakest. It's not easy. No one said it was going to be easy. No one said that you were going to wake up after a breakup and, I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be all right. And you give yourself a pep talk before you go to work, or, you try not to listen to the radio because this song that you two listen to is playing all the time, or you try to avoid places that you've been with this person and things of that nature. You don't run away from the hurt. I'm sure many of us fell and scraped our knees and all that sort of stuff. And the scar on your knee, you don't avoid looking at it. It just is a reminder that, okay, yeah, this happened. But it also healed. I got past it. I got over it. I remember me falling. I remember the pain. I remember what happened. But I also know by the scar that I got over that. I got over that. So now I moved on. I learned from it, and now I'm moving on. I'm moving forward. There is a difference between moving on and moving forward. And I may go into that in a different episode or things of that nature. But, in essence, moving on means, you just kind of, okay, yeah, it happened and things of that nature. And you kind of just brush it to the side, out of sight, out of mind. Moving forward means you dealt with the pain. You faced the pain. You faced the struggle of having to deal with the pain. And you come to terms with it. You accept, you hold yourself accountable for your parts and whatever happened. You say, you know what? I'm going to learn from this. I contributed to this. Moving forward, I'm going to not contribute to this nonsense in the future. So where are you on your roadmap? What is your location? Where are you right now? Are you closer to your goal? Are you about the same distance away from your goal? Is it a short-term goal? Is it a long-term goal? Maybe you have to kind of rethink your steps toward the goal. Don't change the goal, but kind of look at it like, well, wait a minute. Am I missing any steps? Am I missing any type of, steps, basically, in getting to the goal? Because sometimes we may slow down our own progress because we're missing a step that we have to do before we can get to the next step, and it may seem like we're not getting anything done. So where are you on your roadmap? What is your location? Definitely let me know. Again, if you want to send me an email, cypherxdamc@gmail.com. If you want to hit me up on Instagram or Twitter, it's cypherxdamc. I'll leave everything down it's always in the description below. It's always there. If you're watching this on YouTube, definitely drop a mic on that like button for you, boy. Hit the subscribe so you definitely know when I'm going to be coming up with new content. We're here. So I definitely appreciate each and every one of you guys. This has been a blessing to be able to do this here for you. I believe, in each and every one of you, I don't know you. I don't have to know you. I don't have to know your names to know that you have a purpose. I don't. But like I said, you could have been anywhere in the world and you're here with me. I appreciate that. I do. I really do. So definitely have a blessed week. No matter what the day looks like, best believe that you can be the sunshine in someone else's day, even if your day is cloudy. Always remember that. And as always, before you love anyone else, you must first love yourself. And I am out this thing. The Bronx Dawn. Cypher.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is... Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is... I will not lose. Let me tell you dudes what I do to protect this. Shoot at you actors like movie directors.